audio gets picked up. It should get picked up. But all right. So we're back to another podcast. I'm really happy to hang out with you because every single time I hang out with you, Chris, I get a lot of insight about different things, not just cars, but just personally. So thank you so much for making the time again for us, man.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. And I don't know when that day's gonna be where we have like an actual studio, and I'm waiting for you to blow up so that you can buy the
yeah, right.
We're waiting on him so that way he can buy the garage, and then you already got some ideas in the coffee shop, and that way you can you know expand to that.
You're okay. my vocabulary is so bad. You're projecting.
I'm projecting. I'm manifesting for both of us, bro. I'm manifesting for. I mean, you guys can see the beautiful, the two NSXs in the back.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I have a question for you, Chris, because I know we're having a good conversation off camera, but you obviously built some cool stuff. As I said, was breaking apart when we first got here, like fixing it. And I asked you, what is one build from anybody, either shop or individually, that you're like, man, that was a crazy build?
I will say this. The when you asked me that, to think about that, I had trouble thinking of a build, and the one that comes to mind for personal reasons is just locally is Tommy from Go Tuning / Spoon USA, his ASM car. There's a lot of crazier builds out there, of course, and crazy famous ones, whether it's YouTube or social media or whatever. But again, this is one that just it hits home because I know Tommy personally, and his car is just basically like spared no expense. And that's kind of another. I'll touch on that topic in a second because I feel like the whole car thing that we do, it's just like pretty much just money. So it's just like
you think so?
There's an aspect of
there's a reason why I'm driving a Corey, you drive an NSX. Yes, I'm very well aware.
There's an aspect of creativity, of course, which I love about individualizing cars and everything like that and modifications. But it's like, and I'm going off on a tangent here.
We love it. We have battery. We're good. But like, whoever wants to listen to this, they already listened to it or they're already clocked out. So it doesn't matter, bro. We're good.
Okay.
It'll probably be me like 100 times.
I'll forget that.
For the algorithm.
But Tommy's car is the full. For those who don't know, it's a white CR, S2000 CR, and it's full ASM because Go Tuning is the authorized ASM dealer in the United States, and he's just done everything like the highest level. Put the best parts on it. The execution is amazing, and it's done in a way that I personally like. For example, the engine bay. I'm not the hugest fan of like fully shaved and tucked engine bay. I think it's cool and the effort is there for sure for people to do it. I'm not hating on it, but like for his car, he all the wiring is all pretty much there or is all there. I don't know if he's done any tucking. And that's how I liked my builds too, because it's very functional. Like there's people that hide their fuse boxes in the fender, and so it's like, okay, if a fuse pops, you gotta like take out the wheel, jack up the car, take out the wheel, and everything like that. So that's just kind of like not my thing.
I don't understand what's unpractical about that, but
it's cool for show cars, But so anyway, stuff like that, and just knowing the quality of parts that they put on it, and that he's always trying to take it to the next level. He just recently like swapped his bumpers to the carbon version, the dry carbon version, because they make a fiberglass and a dry carbon version. So yeah, basically, and
that sounds like heavy money.
And you filmed his car at meets and stuff like that, but people haven't seen underneath. Like I've seen his car on the lift and everything like that. I've seen the parts that he has underneath the car, and again, it's just very top-notch ASM, spoon. Whatever you name it. He has like this super rare M&M Honda diff brace that you probably never even heard of it, but it's just like some shock system that like supports the mounts of the diff, the rear diff.
Wow.
It's basically like the what I consider probably the nicest S2000 in the United States, which is and that's in my opinion.
Right.
Again, there's like show cars that people are like, oh, this this show car has $100,000 more, even though Tommy's car probably is
More
worth,
than that.
is worth more than that. But they got all the show car stuff done. Like Tommy doesn't have like a subwoofer or anything in it, I don't think. But anyway, that's probably like one of my top.
That's cool. That's a cool choice. Yeah, because your background is S2000, right? I mean, your background is a lot of different cars, but the last car when we actually met, it was your black S2000 Mugen theme. Mugen theme, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, was it Spoon or Mugen? It was Mugen.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. You asked me, and I was like, for me,
what's yours?
I think there's so many for different reasons, and for me specifically, it's just not necessarily. I'm okay with the quote unquote beat up car. I'm not. You see my cars. I'm not that guy who has everything pristine. But one of them that I can think of is, Jason from Northern California. He had to work on Christmas Day, 1995, I want to say. And so he was upset that he had to work or something like that. He didn't know his forum because, back when we would write on forums.
Yeah.
So the next day he went to the dealership, bought that Accord, a 96. So he's the sole owner. He's had it for, however many years now, 29 years, I think that's what it is. My math is right. And that car has gone through so many different changes, and he still has it. And that to me is like, wow. Like, let's be honest, how many of us wouldn't just get a new car? Like, why still mess with these cars at this age? And so that to me and it has a lot of expensive parts. Maybe it's not Mugen theme or anything like that, but he has gone above and beyond to make sure that car continues to be in the road, still be relevant. Or it's impractical, I'll be honest with you. I think he took it a little too far, kind of what you're saying, the tucking and all that stuff. Okay. So Jason, you made it a little bit more impractical. I wish that car would see the road a little bit more. But nevertheless, the car's still on the road-ish. and still there, and by the way, he's a great human being, so whenever I have a question, I can hit him up and be like, hey man. And he's tried so many different things. Like he's tried so many different seats in his car that he's like, oh yeah, the Subaru ones work, the RSX done. So it's, to me, that's incredible. That's just
well, that's the whole Automotive Anatomy thing, right? It's like connecting with the owners too. And that makes up so much of it, right? There's the car, the inanimate object, but behind it is the owner.
Yeah.
and all the knowledge and the friendliness that they offer to you and the information, and so that's I can totally see why that also factors into your choice.
Yeah, and then like I said, I'm okay with cars that are beat up, dude. I'm weird like that.
No.
It's weird. Like I shouldn't be like that, but
no. It's I totally get it, and I totally get why there's some people that are not into that too. And I've obviously watched your videos and seen you mention it before as well.
And I really mean that. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or funny. It's just...
No, and then it's everyone's in a certain different point or has different standards, and like it shows that people are working on it. For the longest time, dude, you don't know this, and a lot of people don't know this, but when I was in college and I had an Integra, I was spray painting my bumper, full on spray paint, the whole bumper. Like I tried, it was a Mugen style bumper for a JDM front DC2 Integra. I was full on spray painting that and the fenders, like every other month. I got it to where
not once, but like every other month.
I got it to where I had found like the closest match, off-the-shelf match to championship white, the creamy white, and then like I'd taken it to like UCI car shows and stuff, and people would like, hey, your paint's a little off, right? I'm like, yeah, dude, it's spray paint, man. Like because my rear part of the car was like actual championship white, like paint, but then the front half, once I did the JDM conversion, I didn't want to spend money to actually paint it, so I just rattle canned it. And so I totally understand, when you're, for whatever reason, like, the car looks the way it does. So, I understand that. I think the effort, as long as like the effort's there to build it.
Do you think you had more fun back then?
I mean, yeah, to a certain extent, but then that's like the whole topic of like everything's more exciting when it's new, you're younger and it's new, like I always like to bring up the idea that like when I was first getting into cars when I'm like 15, 16, and cars that's when for me when when I first started owning a car, that's you start looking at the modifications, like back then, colored emblems were cool. So not just red, because red is
Was faster,
is
but-
basically the only colored emblem people want now.
Mhm.
Like back then, like you'd have like white, yellow,
Mhm.
you name it, and a colored emblem, a clear corner, set of clear corners. I used to go to Modern Image and get like a window banner on my car, like that kind of stuff. Was like the window banner was like $20. That's it. It's like hyper white bulbs. Like that kind of stuff was super exciting, but now it takes a lot more money, a lot more whatever to get me as excited. So so to answer your question, yeah, to a certain extent, you know, it was more fun back then, quote unquote fun, you know, because stuff is newer and more and you know, stuff is generally like more exciting when it's new, right?
I'm trying to change that feeling though, because you said something right now that it stood out, because I felt the same way. You said now it takes a little bit more for me to get as excited. I don't know if that's like us getting older, or because I mean I can go get some wheels, right? And I'll be happy. I'll be like, oh, this is cool. Maybe I'm just what is it? I don't know what the right term is, but it's like almost like when somebody goes through a breakup and then they're like over they're imagining things that they were much greater in the relationship than they actually were, and so you're over fantasizing the way it was. But I'm thinking, like, I feel like before, man, I used to be more excited, period. I'm like, did my love for cars is going away, or is it
a little bit of getting older, a little bit of I feel like personally, well, when you say that, I think like a little bit of it's getting older, a little bit of it is being jaded, a little bit of it's being jaded because of social media also. You know, like you're exposed, especially you're going to all these events all the time, you're seeing all these modifications, all these wheels up close, and you know, you're exposed to all that. It's not as new to you, right? Even if it's not something you own, but it's just something you're exposed to.
Makes
right?
sense.
And other people were also exposed to it in social media, you know, just through online sources and stuff like that. So that's just my opinion. You know, just getting jaded with, you know, everything, and being that old man of, you know, not, you know, it taking more effort to, you know, make you feel excited or for something to be new, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, speaking of old man, there was an older gentleman who came by and was just drooling over Chris's
not
NSX.
drooling. His car was way nicer.
No, but the guy, you know, he came in and he's like, it's so funny how he like right away looked at you. He's like, "You own this car?"
Well, maybe it's this.
Sure. And
Even though we both check on this.
nah, that guy looks like he drives a red one though. I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. But the gentleman had what, 40,000, 60,000, you know, K.
30,000 miles.
30,000 miles.
95 or 96.
NSX.
Yeah, NSX.
And it just sits in the garage. And as cool as that is, like, I mean, it's great, but I'm like, no, you gotta drive it.
Yeah.
You gotta drive it, because otherwise, I think we're missing out on conversation. We're missing out on the experience. Him himself as a driver, he's missing out on the. But then again, I don't drive a car like that. So who am I to opinionate on how comfortable or uncomfortable it is to drive a car like that? And so maybe they may say, hey, I mean, you drive it. You drive yours every weekend as much as you can, car events. How do you see that whole idea of putting on miles? Are you one of those that kind of like, hey, I like driving my car, but I don't want to drive it too much? Or are you the type of guy that if you could drive as much as you could, you would?
I think I'm right in the middle. To be honest with you, yeah. Like, it depends. Like, if I own like a F40 or something, and I wasn't like uber stupid rich, like Elon Musk rich, where like I could just throw it away. If I was just normal rich to F40 rich, then, you know, I feel like there'd be half.
There's different levels
to
be rich.
Definitely, I'm firmly in the middle, where like, yeah, I don't want to put like 100,000 miles on it and devalue it to hell, but I don't want to just like let it sit, you know. So that's where I'm at, because so like, you know, I would like one, but as far as preference, I would like one that I could drive for sure. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want if I were to buy a rare car or something, I wouldn't buy like a 200-mile car that then I'd kind of feel bad about putting mileage on it. because that should be in like someone's collection. Because I could go purchase, you know, like a higher mileage one that I could drive for a lot cheaper, and there'd be so many more positives. It'd be cheaper. I could drive it. I wouldn't have to worry about it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense to have something, you know, that you can't drive. So
You're in the middle.
Where are you at?
Well, I think it goes back to budgeting, right? It goes back to, if I'm the guy that if I can drive a car every day, I'll drive it. Like, it just, if it makes me feel happy and I like the way it drives, let's do it. I wouldn't take a car off-roading that's not meant to be off-roading. Yes, you know, let's be a little smart.
So you want to be that rich with the F40?
Hell yeah, bro!
Daily the F40.
I don't want the F40. I want a daily an F40 LM, bro.
Okay.
That's how stupid I am, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
There you
so
gotta aim higher.
The GoFundMe link will be in the description. Dude, I've said it, man. If I ever become like stupid wealthy, like you're not gonna be like, hey, Gus has a substance abuse problem.
Right.
I'm gonna show up in a different car,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And even then, I see. I think I share this with you, or you know, I see some YouTubers that have a whole bunch of cars. I don't like that. They're just sitting there, I get it. It's a business model. But knowing myself, if I'm really, really stupid rich, I'll probably buy cars and then just give them to like my friends. Be like, hey, you like the Supra? Here, take it.
But that's wishful thinking though, because if you're rich like that, like you're probably hanging out. You're hanging out with rich people. You've already gifted your friends all the cars that they want, and you're like, well, no. What's left to do? I just collect now.
I don't. Okay, so I think we're getting into a topic of like. Maybe I have a problem with collecting cars. Says the guy that has two and really is not rich, and so maybe right?
Yeah.
Like, do I want more cars? Yes, but to a point where like I can't drive them. Right. That's a concern, bro.
Yeah.
Because there's always gonna be a car that you want and you don't want to sell for any reason. Yeah. So you're gonna go buy another one, then another one. Now you need a storage for them. Now you have 15, 20 cars that's just sitting. And yes, it's cool that you have all those cars, but like. Sometimes they're like, oh, that car's in the back of 5 cars. I don't want to move the cars. It's like Magnus Walker. Great, you have a great collection.
Yeah.
And he drives as much as he can. But some cars he's not going to drive at all. It's just because he wants it in his collection, which is cool.
Yeah, but that's the rich problem, right? It's like, it's a good problem to have. When we're not rich, we think about things like that of, okay, the car is going to waste, or the car is not being maintained well, or like that. But rich people don't care about that. They got people that they just pay for maintenance, or if the car, you know, the engine fails or something, they just buy a whole new car. You know, they got different problems than us.
Yeah, I think I'm not there yet. So I'm already thinking about the maintenance.
Got like Jay Leno, right? He has people maintaining. He has like full-time staff maintaining his cars. You know, driving them around, circulating them.
That's wild.
Repairing them. But
okay. Not to bash on Jay Leno, unless in case he ever makes it to the podcast here. So it goes back to what I'm saying about like, hey, you were having much more fun spray painting your front end than now. So I don't know if I had to assume, I had to just speculate, is you get to that point, you're having less fun.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah.
Right? Because now you have way more of everything.
It takes more money to have as much fun.
See, that's the part that I'm like,
because you're trying to achieve, and this is again my opinion only, but you're trying to achieve the same feeling, right? But because like clear corners and a colored emblem doesn't have the same, doesn't affect me the same way anymore. It's gotta be like a new titanium exhaust system or something, or some new wheels, right? We all know how much wheels are. So I think that's just how it gets when, you know, with anything really, you know,
I think
whether
that's
it's
part,
cars or not, right?
That's the part that I guess I'm upset with myself. Like, the more I want, like the day that I get a Porsche, I'm gonna be excited. But I have to be honest with myself and think I don't think I'm ever gonna get that same level of satisfaction than when I used to spray paint my wheels on my coupe, you know, and that's okay. That's just part of it. Like you're growing up and you get older. But yeah, man, when I get that F40, if I can drive it every day without being too uncomfortable, which I know that defeats the purpose because it's a very uncomfortable car. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Like why wouldn't, like, you know, it's meant to be driven. It's meant to be. Now, would I go to grocery stores with it? Probably not, because the normies out there. That's why I parked it right next to him. I originally, when I pulled in, I'm like, where's the coffee shop? Because it's, you know, it's just like industrial. And I see his car, I'm like, oh shoot, like I know who he is, and if I didn't, I'll be like, holy crap, that car is freaking clean. It's just something about it is so different. And then I'm like, let me park next to you because I don't want normies, you know, digging your door. That would be my only concern with driving in such an expensive car.
Yeah, you saw the silver one that got hit, right, on the freeway, that 40. No, it's all over social media. It's like I think he might be a YouTube guy, but he's at least a well-known social guy. Well-known, I don't know his name, but
not that well-known. If Chris doesn't know your name, you're a nobody, buddy.
I'm not in the exotics game. So anyway, he got sideswiped by like a semi truck, and his F40, and it like tore. You know, it's like Kevlar, carbon Kevlar, right? The body tore up the body, like destroyed his wheel. But yeah, so that's what happens, I guess, when you drive it. Or what possibility. But for me, like I've always, you know, our normal cars, our Hondas, there's a whole other topic of like people not wanting to drive their cars because of it destroying it, or not wanting to put fiberglass lips or bumpers on it because they're scared of destroying it. I think those are fine. Just drive it, because especially fiberglass stuff, it can be repaired. That's always my opinion, right? It's like,
unless you catch a tire at the right angle and it just completely
that's true.
Destroys the entire lip.
But like so like you asked me where I
so there's levels of rich, right?
You asked me where I stood, right? Like I'm firmly in the middle, where I would choose to, or maybe I'm more on the side of you could drive it more, because I do feel like, you know, I don't want to save it for the next owner. You know, I do want to drive it and experience it. And when things can be replaced, that makes it easier for me to drive it as well. It's like, meaning parts. NSX itself, the car itself is harder to replace, but like specific lips and stuff, or wheels, like it sucks if something gets destroyed, especially if you own like a rare set of wheels. But my set of wheels in particular, you can still buy new, so it's not like it won't be a huge, it'll just be a hit to the wallet, but at least you can still get them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So, number one, how do you like that coffee?
Orange cream.
I didn't know I was hanging out with a 5-year-old. So we're gonna get coffee. He's like, I don't drink coffee, so like, what do you suggest? I'm like, I always get my chai latte. He's like, I'll get the same thing as you. Cool. Hopefully it's good. And it's like these.
I didn't want to put the pressure.
Thank you.
On you. So I love orange creamsicle. So they have it. They had a latte, orange creamsicle latte, and I decided to try it. It's not bad.
I don't know. Did they get like a lollipop and they just put it there? Mm-hmm. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not good, but it's not bad.
No, it's not bad. It kind of tastes like it reminds me of like when they may have orange chocolate. You know, you've had something like that?
No.
You've never had anything like that?
No.
Okay, well, I'm sure your viewers have tried it.
You say you have orange
flavored chocolate.
Orange flavor.
It has that orange flavor.
I like my chocolate to taste like chocolate and my orange to taste like orange. But hey, don't knock it till you try it. I'll try it out, and you know.
Anyway,
your banana that tastes like, you know, vegetables. Nah. But okay, so it's decent.
Yeah.
It's refreshing, so that's good. No, I think you're right. I think I think you're right. I think a car that is midpoint, you drive it, you enjoy it, yet you also maintain it, you keep it nice, goes a long way. But I mean, that's what you're doing with yours. I mean, you've upgraded a few things, right? As of recently.
Yeah.
What have you done to it?
Well, first, that's kind of my philosophy, is like I want to build something that I can drive. You know, I don't want to. Not that I'm saying like I could build like a show car or something like that, but
no,
I wouldn't necessarily want like a show car that I'd be scared to drive, because that's just not enjoyable. For some people it is, but for me it's not. Anyway, I lost my train of thought, but yeah, that's the kind of car I like to build.
I mean, you don't see somebody tattooed from head to toe on a daily basis? What's wrong with you, Chris? You're
We
sheltered.
always-
You went to
we-
private
we
school,
always,
huh?
We always see interesting people when we do a podcast.
They're not holding a beer, so they're not holding a beer.
Yeah, anyway, so yeah.
You lost your thought. You're like,
but
you're driving the car. You're enjoying it. Any new stuff that you've done to it?
no, just maintenance. I've done some modifications, like a different air cup system, but it's not. Really,
I love how that.
not really exciting.
I love how that. It goes back to what we were saying. That's not very exciting.
It's not. It's not.
That's
dude.
super cool.
It's not. You don't want me to go down the whole rabbit hole of air cups. Like I actually don't like.
You don't like them?
I hate air cups. Yeah.
Now hold on, because you gotta school me on this. The NSX did not come with air cups.
No.
Your
yeah,
generation.
It's aftermarket.
Okay, so it's aftermarket.
Yeah.
But it comes in handy
Yes.
when they work.
Yeah.
'Cause I know the F40, that's one of the biggest, like, their
really?
air cup system that they came with, it always fails.
Oh, I didn't even know it came with air cups.
Yeah, on my second F40, it happened. The first one was fine. Hopefully the third one will be will be great. It won't be having
You
issues.
gotta send that email. You gotta text the CEO of Ferrari, man. Tell him what's up.
I'm gonna see him on Sunday for dinner, so I'll let him know. Okay, so
But it's a band-aid. It's a crutch. It's a crutch, and I hate crutches. Like I had this kind of goes back to like rewind like 5 steps where I was talking about people being scared to drive like fiberglass stuff. You know, like my S2000, I had expensive Mugen CFRP bumper on it, and I just drove it. I scraped it plenty of times. I scraped to the point where it wore a hole in the corner, like
Wow.
where the fender liner, where it met the fenders, and like that's fine because I was enjoying it. I was enjoying driving it. I was enjoying like, you know, of course I'd have to angle the driveways and stuff, and I'd still scrape it, but that's how I enjoy driving it. Whereas this thing with air cups, it's impossible to drive some places. Like I've already destroyed the lip a couple of times, to where I have to like think ahead and plan my route and air up and stuff, and like that's not enjoyable to me, you know, like airing up and making sure that having to like tiptoe basically when I drive it, you know, does that make sense? Like tiptoe around and kind of be so cautious, like that's not enjoyable to me. I want to just like rip it around, you know. And so that's why
going
back to your question about the modification, that's why air cups is not exciting to me, because like I don't like having
That's where it was headed?
I own air cups because I need to, not because I want to.
you don't need to. You can just destroy your bumper everywhere you go because your car's so low.
I could, but
I mean, look at my front
The
end.
lip is expensive. I don't like to replace it.
That's the difference. What system did you go with this time around?
It's a stance parts tankless setup. I switched from a tanked setup to a tankless setup.
Okay, so tankless before obviously air in the system.
So tanks before, I had a tank, a 1.5 gallon tank before. It was mounted in the front, and you know the compressor just fills up the tank, and then I can use the cups as needed. This one tankless. There's no tank anymore. It's just a compressor, and I press the button, and it's a more robust compressor because it immediately fills up the cups from the compressor only, not recalling the air from the tank.
And now these ones are not bags, right? It's actually like a cylinder, or they actually have bags?
It's a cylinder, but I think it's inflating like a bag.
Oh, okay, so they're still.
That's always collapsed. Yeah, that's what cups. So cups basically, it stacks on top of your spring, and it's like a mini airbag.
Okay.
Where in an airbag suspension, a traditional airbag suspension system, there's no spring or anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just a bag. And this one, the airbag sits on stacked on top of your spring, and it's always collapsed when you're driving, and then it just raises and pushes your suspension, and raises the car. So.
And it's what, 2 inches?
2 inches, yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that's what she said. But
And so, like, my question to you is though, like, is it expensive?
no, actually it's not. The tanked setup costs about $700 or so, which is I mean, it's not cheap. Okay, it's not like $100, but it's not like thousands.
We're definitely at a different tax bracket.
Dollars. It's not. Come on.
Like,
you spend more than that on like wheels.
Is it expensive? Like, nah, it's only like $7,000.
I only own one set of wheels, Gus, and one.
You know
car.
why? You know why? Because you're doing it right. Because you know the right specs to get. Because you just like.
I don't even have stock wheels, man. This is my only set.
Did you get rid of the stock wheels?
I never even had stock wheels on my car, dude.
Baller.
I'm baller, yeah, right. So,
that's
anyway.
funny. Okay. So, damn. I mean, yeah, it gets pricey for sure, but it's working.
It's working. It's working.
And you're pissed that like it's working and that it's.
No, I mean, I'm not pissed that it's working, but I'm.
You're so angry that like now you don't have to
use it. Yeah.
go through embarrassing moments.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying to use.
Your bumper is safe now.
It's much nicer, and that's a byproduct of the car, like the front end being long. Whereas in other cars, any other car that I've driven, any other Honda, it's like I could get around just by angling, and of course I would scrape, but I wouldn't like destroy something. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's looking good, man.
That's what you're. How's everything with you, man?
Life is good, man. Can't complain. I'm thinking about getting some tattoos. Getting like your face here, Chris.
What's up? What's plans for you? What's new plans for your cars?
There's always a desire, man. There's always a desire to do more. Take it to my buddy, and he can do all the stuff that I want.
And what is the stuff that you want?
Is
that secret?
No.
Okay.
K24 supercharged. That's on the sedan.
Okay.
Yeah, because the coupe is like so sentimental that I'm like.
You want to leave it?
You want to leave it.
Okay.
But the sedan is the one that I still have dreams of the JTCC style.
Okay.
I love that body. I love that era. I love everything about it.
Yes. We need to talk about that because that's what I grew up like watching.
We're not gonna talk about that today, Chris.
That generation, is like the
Did you grow up with
cars.
it? Okay, so
the 90s touring cars.
Yeah. So you were.
Which looks very stock. Which were more. It's when the cars were more based on the actual passenger car, right? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Whereas now racing cars are like tube chassis, like just made to look like the car. But back in the 90s, like they were actually racing the actual car. So I really like that generation. That's when they're doing the racing the Accords.
Did you watch? When do you remember watching that type of racing? Because I didn't watch it till many years later, and it's because I got that Accord, and then I realized on the forum I was like, wait, what is this? And the first time I saw a JTCC Accord, it sounds dumb, but I felt proud to have an Accord.
Nice.
Because for the longest, it's always been like Civic and Integra.
They got you, man. That's the idea, right?
Gotcha.
That's the marketing. That's the marketing. That's Honda marketing right there. Like, oh, I see that. That's the same. That's the car that I can buy.
Well, that's the way I felt right now. I think it's a TWC. No.
Right now?
Yeah, you know how they have a specific racing. I'm blanking out.
For the Civic? Or which? For what car?
Sorry, like that guy. I'm not trusting he's driving. That's the reason why I didn't bring my F40 today. Because I knew this was gonna happen.
Find drivers, man.
Oh gosh. He's learning how to drive, I think. Really? Yes.
Someone else in the car with him?
Yes.
No. Not?
Let me move the camera just in case we need for. I'm not even kidding. Just in case we need for like insurance and. Okay, he's singling. He hits my car, no problem. But if he hits yours, that's a problem. I legit imagine that. No, I don't want to imagine. Cool. He's learning how to drive, and I'm okay with learning people how to learn how to drive. But now when they're gonna hit your car.
Are you talking about the TCR?
Yes.
Civics?
Yes. The TCR.
Like European or British racing or whatever.
Yes. Well, there's going on, right now, and I see the Type R they use for that, and then I see Kia. No, Hyundai. Hyundai uses a Sonata, I think. It looks so cool. Okay. So I'm all like, when I see a Sonata, I think they're Sonata R's, or there's a specific Hyundai like fast car. I forgot what the name of it. N. Yeah. I'm like, those are cool cars because I see them getting raised. I mean, obviously they're different, right? But like the fact that they're sedans, they're boxy.
Right.
That's right now the JTC. Anyway, so
I can see the connection.
But when did you watch JTCC and BTCC for the first time?
Well, it wasn't JTCC because that's Japanese, right? I didn't get exposure to that for a while. But I first watched that kind of touring car racing on Speed Vision back in the day in like 9900.
What's Speed Vision?
Speed Vision became, I don't know what channel. I think the channel's dead now, because Speed Vision became Speed Channel. Okay. On cable, and I don't remember what it.
No,
I think it's dead. I think it's
should
dead
have started with that too. Cable. I didn't have a TV. Cable.
So they used to show. That's when like the real time Integra Type R's and NSX were racing. You see the orange and white livery. So that's when those cars were racing, and I liked Integras back then, so I loved watching them race. They were racing the 3 Series, and the Integra Type R's were dominated a lot. But that's also when they would ballast the cars, add weight for winning, and like kind of even the playing field. And so the Type R's stopped winning because they just had too much weight on them. But that was good, and then so because of that, I would see British touring car racing. So that's when I really liked how the Nissan Primera looked.
Oh,
G20,
yes.
right? Kind of, I think it's the Infiniti G20. And then they were racing other. I can't remember what other cars were in that. But I really liked the.
Not the E30s, right?
I wasn't a BMW fan back then, so you know more about that than I do. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, even like Ford had. That's when they had the SV. Is it SVR or SVT? Contour. They had a Ford Contour as a sedan. You should look it up. You might like that one too.
Well, I mean, they raced.
They were racing in that series as well.
Yeah.
So it was cool. Yeah, I mean, they look, and then most of all, they looked cool, right? Because they were, again, the stock body, maybe like fender flares or something, but the body was set nice and low.
I think my buddy just posted. They were racing with Camrys. There was one generation that they rode with the Camry, and then the neon Stratus. Dodge Stratus. There was a racing sedans. I mean, like.
Yeah, it's a cool era.
Yeah.
For sure.
Went away for that now. Now it's really about speed. That's why when I see the Hyundai, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like, because it's a up and coming brand, you would say, especially for racing.
For sure.
And they're going head to toe with, I think it was BMW and Type R in this specific right now competition. Yeah. And I mean I don't know. I really like it.
Hyundai right now. I have mixed feelings on Hyundai because I used to work for like Hyundai Kia Group.
Oh, okay.
At the OEM level, but like they, in performance wise and like that whole end racing and everything like that, it's very reminiscent of like Honda back in the 90s, where Honda was in the racing, like we just talked about, racing the Type R's and stuff like that, and they're getting serious. Hyundai is getting serious about the performance side. They're hiring the right people to head up their end division and create good cars. These end cars are getting good reviews from a lot of car reviewers, and it's admirable what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because they're mirroring, in my opinion, mirroring Honda in their golden years, where now Honda has understandably moved more towards like staying profiting and staying alive and making a successful business, which is more towards like Toyota even. So hopefully Honda will come back just like Toyota has. I kind of feel like it's like Toyota is almost leading the way. Well, they're leading the way in sales for sure, but Toyota's leading the way, Honda, and then Hyundai, right? And then so Toyota is leading the way in sales. Honda is trying to follow and catch up to sales wise. Toyota is out there, has been out there in leading sales for such a long time that they famously, the CEO came a while ago and said, we want to stop making boring cars, right? He's like, because they were known for like their Camrys and their Corollas, just really reliable, really efficient cars. And so that's when they started making more performance cars. That's when they started making the Supra and the BRZ, FRS, that kind of thing, right? So this was before those
right.
cars came on.
Because what they're saying is we gotta stay afloat, then have
Right.
some profit, and then now we can go back to the fun cars.
Right. So I feel like Honda.
Because they used to make some like amazing cars for like the 90s.
Yeah. But then they got away from that, right? And
To survive.
they were kind of like boring era, and then now they're coming back to that. So I feel like Honda is in that boring-ish era.
Profitable-ish.
Kind of, you know. They have the Type R, and they're starting to bring back some more exciting cars. So
why start with the
see.
Prelude?
We'll see.
I'm sorry, guys.
We'll
Why
see.
start with the Prelude? Give us the damn S2000 that they've been saying for years, and you bring out the Prelude. The Prelude.
Well, see, that's the thing, dude.
Shout out to my Prelude dudes, all two of you.
I think Honda haven't reached that level of success that Toyota is yet, right? So they're still like limited on the performance, the exciting vehicles, you know, because you can't survive on exciting vehicles. As a business,
you can't. No, you're not Porsche, Ferrari. But my question is like, who's the intern at Honda that said, all right, let's pick a car to bring back, and the guy was like, a Prelude, like, why?
Yeah.
It looks nice, but
I mean, hits and misses, right? The Civic Type R and who knew the Integra was going to come back with the Type S model, you know, to share the engine with the Type R, with the Civic, you know. Yeah, it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it's a serious car. The Integra
it is.
know?
I just give us less and charge more, right? So less electronics, more power, just a cool body. Honestly, just remake the freaking NSX. Imagine, well, you probably wouldn't like that because it would dilute.
No, I don't mind.
You're like, I have a nice car. Like, just give me one of those like that, like a new, like, don't go too fancy. I don't need all these.
Yeah, but that gets into politics, man, because like, it's everything of like, you can't reproduce. There's a lot of cars that you cannot remake because of like safety standards, because of technology. No, I'm being serious, right? Like,
no, you're right. Just,
like
that's why they all look the same.
You know, you can't make. I'm interested to see how, like, the Slate truck does. EV credits aside, because those were just canceled with the.
They were?
Trump's big beautiful bill.
Then I'm not buying that Slate truck anymore.
But before that, I'm interested to know how it did because it's a very bare bones car. I don't know how much you followed.
I love it.
Okay, right. Yeah, I liked it too.
I even want the one with the...
Exactly.
Because there's two versions.
So I discussed this in my last podcast, which is like, I feel like, and I can see why you too are the exact customer, the clientele that would want that car, because we're used to bare bones cars, like 90s cars. Like, we don't need, I said this, I don't necessarily need blind spot and lane departure and all this fancy stuff. But most people do want that, you know. So like someone like Honda is not going to release, you know, a new flagship sedan like an Accord and not have all these luxuries because they're going to be comparing it to Toyota or whoever.
Yeah.
You know, so it's hard to, and just like safety standards too. You know, cars are heavier because of all this, because they're safer and stronger and better. You know.
I think the Slate truck is going to do very well.
See, without the credits,
which was $5,000, I believe.
The EV tax credit I thought was like $7,500 or something like that.
Because I thought the truck itself was gonna be $25,000, and then after the government whatever, it was gonna come down to 20.
Yeah, something like that. 25 or 27.
Plus
around there.
All the millions you save by driving EV. But anyways, I think it's gonna do well.
That's a cool.
I like it. It's a box.
So that's the thing. So again, speaking of what I was just
talking about. And I hate EVs, by the way.
What I was talking about is how comparing, you know, how Honda couldn't do it, selling the Accord a certain way because they're going to be comparing to Toyota. That's what's ultimately, I feel like, going to decide whether the Slate truck does well, is its competitors. Like, if you've watched other car reviewers talk about that car, they're comparing it to like the Ford Maverick, for example.
It's a cool truck.
Which is not an EV, but it's a hybrid. And it's very well equipped for like the same price, like 25, 26,000.
But it's a Ford,
I think. It has like everything. It has all those niceties, you know. It has power windows. It has, you know, probably Bluetooth. It probably has, you know, all the safety features, all the lane departure stuff. So
watch. I think that Slate truck is gonna do very well. I think you're gonna see it. I think maybe I'm just making this up, but I saw somewhere. I don't know if it was, I can't remember what country it was, but there was a period of time that things were looking really good, financially speaking, and then they weren't. And so then people decided to go the opposite way and start buying the most basic things. Now, I don't think the U.S. is ever going to be like that because we're the biggest capitalistic consumerism country in the entire universe. But I can see a small percentage of people who say, hey, like, I'm budgeting, I'm hurting, I do need a new truck, I do need a new car for my company or for my people's company, whatever.
Sure.
I don't know, man.
I know where you're getting at, because we do need, that's something that we haven't had yet, is like a really low cost entry level EV, you know? And so there is a market for that. It's just whether they can achieve it, you know, as a whole, right?
Yeah.
Not just pricing wise, but, you know, because you could make a $10,000 EV or $15,000 EV, but if it has like, comes with no doors or something, you know, it's like, you know, yeah.
$500 more for the doors and only 3 wheels.
So I hope it does well though. Yeah, I would love to own one, I think.
You want to make more
cool.
billionaires rich, huh?
I know,
Chris,
but that one's Amazon. What is it? Bezos, right?
Yeah,
Bezos backs that one.
A big backing, which I think is gonna be cool. I mean, you cannot compare them with Teslas. I think Teslas are overpriced for what you're getting. I've been in a few and they're fast. Yeah. But review after review after review after owner conversation, they're like, yeah, the plastic, you know, it makes noise, it fell off, the gaps. I'm like, how much was your car again? Like 80 grand. It's like,
yeah.
And you're getting like, I get maybe you're paying a lot because it was electric and it was new and so there's bugs to figure out. But I understand that part. But plastics, and they're like cheap material.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you gotta save some.
My wife we have a Model Y.
And one that opens up like that?
No.
See, I don't know
the
about
Model Y
cars.
is the normal, the smaller SUV.
Okay. Which one's that one that opens like a spider?
That's the Model X.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hence the X. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Probably. But yeah, I totally agree. I'm waiting to do.
No wonder he got quiet when I said Tesla suck, and he's like,
I'm waiting to do a review on my Model Y for when we sell it because I don't want to like I don't want my wife to be sad about the car. You know what I mean?
She likes it.
Yeah, she likes it.
For the everyday person, it's good.
I can see why. Yes, for the everyday person, it's like a perfectly good car.
They're fast. You're saving on gas.
Right. It's a very good commuter car.
Yeah.
100%. Like, but there's so many problems that I personally don't like, and we won't get into it. But yeah, the build quality is one of them, and it's well documented. Like no one can argue that. You know,
Elon can.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, my cars are solid. But they're coming down in value. I think they're coming down in price now.
No one. Well, partially because of Elon, right? For sure, that's the truth.
He's his own enemy.
Just like
the ones that I really like, but I think they're very, very highly priced. Rivian.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
They look nice. They look good. But they're losing money every single.
One of the only. I haven't done my research into them too much, but I think one of the only downsides to their cars is the UI, the software. Like
is it?
I think it's slow. I think that's what I heard. Yeah.
My windows go up so slowly. So
the maps and everything and the response of the system.
What, it takes 2 seconds instead of.
But they look cool, and they look better. They're better built as far as I know, than Teslas. But yeah.
They look nice, but they're losing money for every car they release. I think they're losing about 20 grand.
Yeah, I mean, they have an office in Irvine as well. So, yeah, but hopefully they survive because our company that we have internal town halls every once in a while, and we actually got the CEO of Rivian in one of our town halls, like interviewing, because our CEO interviews other people for our town halls at times, and he's a really cool guy. And,
wow.
He was all about he's all in sustainability and stuff like that, and I liked him, and I felt like, just how people have fallen off of Tesla because of Elon. Like I feel like I want to support Rivian because of this guy.
Did you raise your hand and say I want a Tesla?
No, no.
You traitor. Gotcha.
But yeah, I agree. I think Rivians are cool.
Rivians are cool. I like them. They look nice. The truck, the SUVs.
But with this, we won't get too political. But with this administration, like pulling back on EV.
No, they just had a car dealership in front of the White House.
No, that's right.
What are you talking about?
That's right. I wonder what happened.
Oh, computer.
What happened there? Anyway, you know, there's going to be a lot of the automotive companies don't know what to do. I was just discussing at work the fact that the Dodge Compass, which is a totally random car that no one cares about, so I won't spend too much time on it. It released a new global generation where it's hybrid and EV or something like that, but they did not release it in the US because of all the rollbacks, and they're sticking around with the old engine, the old ICE engine. So for some people that's good. They don't like EVs anyway. But for other people, it's like, for the companies, you know, imagine you're planning 5 years in advance these cars, right? At least, and it's constantly in flux, the regulations, the laws, and so you're wasting money developing EVs when you're not going to bring them over or whatever. It's like, it's all a mess, you know? Anyway, that's all on that. So
it's easy to buy. I mean, as we were having discussion, it's easy for me to say, oh well, and move on, because number one, I don't own a company like that. I'm not in that world. I'm not even their customer to begin with. You know, I'm not gonna go buy an EV anytime soon. So it's easier to be like, oh well, but the reality is that people's livelihood, you know, ownerships, you know, they depend on this stuff, and whether I agree with it, whether I say yeah for EV or no against EV, I think just, you know, more of a, like, you want to have at least some type of sustainability for people to be able to plan accordingly, because it's messed up, you know. It's like and again, maybe these people voted for this administration or not, but at the same time, it's like it's impacting real people, and it kind of sucks that one day, you know, when it comes to tariffs or when it comes to other stuff, like one day we're on, the next day we're off, the next day we're on, the next day we're off. Yeah. It's almost like they don't care about the citizens and the true impact. And I've talked to a few people in the business side of things, and they're smaller businesses, and they're like, yeah, we're getting impacted because the stuff that I got shipped out landed on that window, and guess what? I had to pay that. And then I wasn't sure if I shouldn't pay, then I'm gonna lose that money and have to ship it back. And then the following week, the tariffs were postponed. So if I would have waited a week, which obviously I don't have a freaking, you know, I wouldn't have paid it. So
yep, that's an exact, you know, great example of what's happening with everything else too. You know, with the EV mandates and all that, and it's like there's entire manufacturers that could shut their doors because of this. You know, like people like Rivian, for example, or companies like Slate. Although Slate's backed by Bezos, so it's probably not going to go in. It's probably going to succeed. Okay,
jokes aside, though, you do have to be at the top % of wealth to be able to bypass it. You know, what did Apple do? They moved their company from China to India. I mean, who does that? Who can do that? Well, you have to be very, very wealthy. But the everyday American who's running a small business in America, who, yes, they leverage their stuff to other places, because that's what we are. We're trying to, you know, increase our margin. They're not gonna be able to move that nimble. Right. They can't. So they're gonna fail.
Yeah. And I mentioned how entire OEMs could shutter, but plenty of small businesses have already closed down. Yeah. Because of the tariffs, like you mentioned. So, but it's what happens. You know, this kind of stuff happens, and it's just a result of whoever holds the power. You know?
But it's interesting because it also like, you know, it kind of goes back to cars. Like, there's a reason why you and I drive Japanese cars. The craftsmanship is there. Mm-hmm. So I know but what, I think back in the 60s, 70s, it was looked down upon to drive a Japanese car. Like, you were considered a traitor.
Japanese almost. Stuff, yeah, right.
Yeah, it was like, oh, you know, they had nicknames for them, and it was like American by American, and obviously they not only survive, but they thrive, and now they control. Like, now you see it everywhere. but it's because they're very practical and they're working. And as Americans, as much as we like bigger and badder, we also want something that's gonna work 10, 20 years. What's the point of buying something, let's say, you know, Ford, Chevy, you know, their trucks and everything is amazing, but their cars sometimes don't last more than 10 years. I don't want to be buying a car every 10 years. It just doesn't seem as practical. And so when people complain that, well, Japan doesn't buy our cars, have you, obviously, number one, you've probably never been to Japan, right? Number two, if you have, you know the streets are small. Their culture is completely different. Yeah. So they don't want an F-250 dually, or whatever they're F-350s, I think. Like, they can't even fit in their alleyways because they think so different than we do. Right? So it goes back to like, just because you think you're putting certain, you know, regulations or tariffs in place to help here, people are still gonna be like, well, I'll go pay $5,000 more for that CRV than that, I don't know, Explorer, because I know that CRV is gonna be running, because every day you see 99, 2000 CRVs running no problem, and it's been 25 years, and you just don't see Explorers that much because they break. The craftsmanship is not there. But anyways, Chris, thank you for the time. I really appreciate it. Thank you for answering those questions. Yeah, man, I like your car. Always keeps getting better every single time I see it.
No Accord, but I appreciate you. I appreciate it.
Not all of us can afford Accords, my friend. Not all of us can afford them. Don't feel bad. You're not the only one.
No, I'm excited to see. I didn't know about the your plans for this one, so I'm excited to see that come to fruition.
Woo! We'll see. Someday. I'm working on some stuff.
You need. We talked about this earlier, but you need to be more. You should be more accepting of gifts and help from people. There'd be probably so many people that were willing to donate parts.
Do not listen to this man. I don't need donations. No.
You could probably get like a free a case series for free from someone.
I won't say. Hold on.
You just have to build it.
I won't say his name, but I won't say his name. He's you know, we had a good relationship. Yeah, he called me. He's like, hey man, you know, I want to talk. I was like, yeah. So we talked, and he's like, hey, I wanna show my appreciation for what you've done for me and blah blah blah. And I was like, you know what, like, you know, we're good. You know, he's like, this is what I'm thinking. He's like, you want to go okay? How about this? I'll buy engine and transmission.
Nice.
I
knew it. See?
But I was like, you know what? I just want your friendship. That's what I want.
And
you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. You
do not show with the do not show with the case series at a car and be like, here guys. No. I'm not there yet.
You have such a good following, and you're such a deserving person that people will be. I'm sure this entire car could get hooked up. People will want to paint the car for you. People will want to do the installations for you. People will want to donate parts to you.
It'll eventually happen. I want to do it on my own accord. Hey. I'm telling you guys, I'm not there yet. I'll tell you off camera what I'm working on, but it's one of those things where, like, I'm so patient. I'm legitimately grateful for the car that I have. I like what I drive. That's what I'm happy about. If I was that type of person that I'm like embarrassed or I'm pissed off on the car that I drive every day, I'll probably go get myself something new. I'm not there yet. Yeah, there's days that I'm like, damn, these damn cars don't work the way that I want them, or they don't look the way I wish, or they don't have. But overall, I'm like super happy. I'm excited to drive those cars. I'm good.
And I want to watch this video back when, in like, however many years, when you do achieve that with your Accord, and you're like, oh, that's all BS. I'm kidding.
I have a storage full of a collector's car.
Yeah, I mean, you probably.
What was I thinking back then? I was so broke.
You just gotta sell all your wheels, man, and you can get your dreams.
See, they got that. Yes, buy my wheels, guys. Maybe I'm overpricing them too much. I don't know, but that yes. Don't give me gifts. Buy my wheels. That'll happen.
Buy your merch. Support Automotive Anatomy.
Dude, I mean, I appreciate you. I mean, you bought so much merch for me, and it's fun to see people.
I always forget to ask you to bring merch so I can buy it from you. I don't want you to bring merch and give it to me, but I want you to bring merch, and like, I need one of those hats.
I don't have any right now, but you know, when I redo it, you know, we'll see. But when are you gonna make some merch?
Not for a while. Yeah. I got plans. I haven't announced,
You do?
announced to the channel yet. Well, besides merch, I got other plans.
People love your channel, dude. I like it. It's always in the background.
People like, but I have like a small subset of community, right?
But that's what you want.
Basically, just NSXs.
You want
and I'm fine with it.
quality over quantity.
Yeah.
That's.
I appreciate it.
We'll finish it up with that. But like that's the reason why I can't connect with the bigger YouTube channels. I feel like the bigger YouTube channels have a younger audience. They get impressed. What we discussed, right? They're learning, they're starting, so they're like, oh, that's what I want. They don't want an Accord. They don't want to. Some people don't even want an NSX. They want that fire flaming, I don't know, M4, M3, Lambo, Ferrari. Like, good for them. Like we all start somehow or somewhere. But that's why the channel gets so many views. You know, the TJ Hunts of the world and things like that. Yeah. Although I've been watching him again because he has Porsches and things that I'm like, oh, I strive for that. But when he had his Ferraris and his Lambos, I don't care about
it's
none
not
of that.
relatable.
But in essence, that's what you want. You want a small community, great quality. I mean, I see your comment section, dude. They're like full on paragraphs. Like, these people are educated. They like what you're doing, and I love that. You know, because you've built that from nowhere. From nothing. We just
yeah. I like my plans in the future will still be within the NSX community. So excited to I'm gonna have to hit you up for some advice. So
I'm the last person you want to hear advice. I'll tell you buy an Accord. Hey, is there any other possibility of you buying another project car, or that's just not?
No.
There's no space.
There's not in the cards. No. It's not.
Nothing raggedy.
That's not how my bank account is set up.
Calm down, Kevin Hart. Really?
I mean, there's cars I want for sure.
Could you take a pause on this and just go buy another? But see, that's not you. You're not like me.
I don't have the money, man.
You're not like me. You're not willing to buy like a raggedy car and just drive it. No.
No, I would.
What would be the most raggedy car you would drive or buy right now?
I mean, I'd buy like something $5,000.
$5,000.
You know, like whatever that gets me. That these days, dude, it doesn't get you much for Hondas.
Like what is it you would want?
No, I've never done a Civic before.
Which is shocking.
I would do a Civic.
Like an EK?
I've had like 7 Integras, dude, but I've never had a Civic. EK or EG. I wouldn't mind like a DA Integra, but then that's another Integra.
Now, would you want like a?
I could do a Accord. I actually always liked the two-door Accords. Going back to the day when they did the Fast and Furious conversions and they did the Altezza taillights.
Sick.
Actually, I guess that was 4 doors because the taillights separate, and so you'd have the main taillight in the circle.
Sick.
So they did that to make it look like the Altezzas, you know. So
I think they also did the GTR.
Yeah, it's a clean look, you know. Looks like an Integra, JDM Integra.
So Civic.
Civic maybe, yeah. But
would you drive like a very gutted?
I mean, I would like I have a daily Honda Fit.
That's cool.
I would like a manual Honda Fit case swap or something would be cool.
Gee.
But that's too much. It's all too much money, man.
That's expensive.
It's all like, do you want to keep putting money into this and project cars, or save up for like 911 or something like that? You know what I mean?
But he just say the quiet part out loud.
I don't have the patience for that. You and I are opposites in terms of patience. You're probably the one secretly having like a stash for 911. I got nothing.
I hug it before every night. I just grab it. I play with it. No, not yet, but eventually.
Yeah.
Chris, thank you so much for the time and the coffee, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. We'll do this again. What's up with your boba talks?
Oh, yeah.
You did episode 1 and then ended episode 1. That's the shortest series in history.
You gotta join next time.
I'm down.
Whenever you have time.
And all your friends are gonna be like, nah.
It's on your channel now, so you gotta join.
All your friends are gonna be like, if he's joining, I'm not joining.
No, it'll be fun.
You do it on Mondays?
It'll be fun. I usually do it Friday night.
Oh, Friday night.
We're all most of us are daddies, so we do it when the kids go down.
How many have you done?
Kind of like when you edit after hours, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I've only done one, like you said.
Okay,
podcast,
cool. I was like, did I miss the other ones?
But no, it came about because we meet for like boba, and that's just what we do.
And Friday was only
not every
the
Friday.
closest thing to rhyming to boba.
But yeah, so I just decided that we had conversations like what we just did, and I decided I just want to film. It's 4 guys, so it's like to film one time, and yeah, it worked out. So we'll see.
And that's it. Are you doing it again?
That's it. No, we'll do it again. So you're invited. This is your formal invite.
Thank you.
Don't be too excited. We'll see.
I'm sick that
We'll
day.
see if you show up.
Dude, but 4 people that know each other is a good good chemistry. If I show up, they're gonna be like, what's up with this guy?
Nah, you'll be good. You'll be a good addition.
But if not, I mean, just do it with 2 people or do it with 3 people. Like, yeah, make it happen. I know it's hard, you know, staying away from family. So I appreciate
I'm
you.
not an automotive anatomy, so I leave that up to you.
All right, Chris, thank you for the time,
All right,
man. I appreciate you. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Good stuff.
Thanks, Gus.
Honestly, not in a core, but you know, it is what it is. It's funny.